internet's gonna be, so hopefully it holds up. We are live for the Queens of Spades podcast. So I know nobody's gonna be in because we just went live, so the notification probably hasn't went out yet. So we just gotta wait a little bit. But while we're waiting, let me give y'all a little bit of background. All right, so this is the Queen of Spades. I know you see two gentlemen, or at least one gentleman and an ace on the screen right now, but we are literally filling in for the Queen of Spades. There was supposed to be a host. The host didn't show, and I called these ladies in, and they showed up, even though they had things going on. They still dropped it, showed up to participate. So I want to give a big thank you to them for still showing up and coming through the support. Thank you so much. I know that it was short notice, but you're here, and I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. So with that being said, we kind of, they said, okay, hey, let's just go in there, but you guys got to be in there. So we here, we gonna make it work. We're gonna still focus on the ladies and hopefully not dude this thing up. So without any further ado, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump to K Emil in the building. How are you doing today, man?
Hey, y'all. I'm good. Glad to be here once again.
Yes, yeah. Hey, y'all. I love it. That's your catchphrase, man. Queen, and we got the next is the wonderful Queen D in the building. How are you doing today, Queen D?
I'm good. Glad to be here as well.
Oh, I am glad to have both of you. And we got a special guest in here, DisRiz himself. How are you doing today, DisRiz?
Last in, first out. Booyah, I'm here. What's
all
up?
Right. Now I do see that we got a special guest in the comment section. Who is Jacquard Lee? Jacquard Lee, let me know if you would like to come up in here and participate. It's still the Queen of Spades show, but I know usually you have a lot of questions to ask in the comment section. So we're going to make a special exceptions for you and allow you to come in and ask the queens directly. So what we'll do is we'll have a little chit chat, a little ask questions segment. You know what I'm saying, of the queens, anything you guys want to know. Now, I will forewarn you, you are not in any obligation to answer anybody's questions. You can plead the fifth, all right? Anybody can plead the fifth. So, yeah, without any further ado, how is your Wednesday going today, Kay?
It was a busy day, but other than that, I am blessed to be here. And, I enjoy doing the show, but I appreciate y'all coming in and filling in and helping us out also.
Shoot, I appreciate you coming in. So just a little forewarning, I am on a hotel Wi-Fi, which is not the best. So if I do drop out, that's one of the reasons that I did have Steve come in, and he was gracious enough to donate his time just in case it does go down. It'll still be going on. Queen D, how's your Wednesday going today? Oh, did it drop out?
No, sorry. Tia called me, so I was on the phone with her. She said she's sorry and she's about to hop on.
Okay.
Awesome. I could go eat. Bet.
you just gotta kind of calm down. I still need you in here.
I got you.
But yeah, okay, good. So Tia says she's coming. All right, that was the host that was coming in. All right, so and I guess I'll ask you, Steve, how's your Wednesday going so far? I know you was doing a little bit of yard work earlier.
Yeah, it was going pretty good, man. Like I said on a past podcast, I was in the hospital back in 21, and today I just got at it. You know what I'm saying? Had my sauna suit on out there cutting the grass, and I thought I was gonna have a relapse, but hey, I came through. You know what I'm saying? Came through in the clutch. Kicked it into overdrive and got that lawn done. So it's all good. It's working good.
Yeah,
Everything's back to order.
You sound really rejuvenated when I talked to you early. Rejuvenated out there, so it seemed like it did you a good time. Good thing.
Oh yeah. It was a blessing. I felt real good. Good workout. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So anybody got any questions? I know we got Lee be hitting us with that stuff. that you would like to ask any of the ladies. And I guess while we wait to see if there's any comments in the comment section, let's see. I'll ask you guys. You got anything you want to ask, Steve?
Not right off hand. Oh, okay. I do have something though. Let me look at that real quick.
All right, no, take time. So one of the things that we did talk about on the Queens of Spades, or King of Spades, King of Spades, was what it looks like. And I don't know if y'all seen that episode, but what if you had to give a physical description of what a recreational lady would look like, what would that be? So I would like to ask you ladies, if you had to draw based off of a physical description, what would a recreational guy look like? I'll go with you first, Kay. Oh, welcome in, Tia, too. Hey, Tia, welcome in.
Well, I think.
No, don't worry.
What was she gonna say, Tia?
Oh no, she was.
Hey, everybody.
Oh. All right, well, let me go ahead and welcome in the host of the show, Miss Tia. How are you doing today, Tia?
I'm doing great.
And like you was out there soaking up some of them sun rays.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here. We'll talk about it offline.
All right, sounds good.
I will tell you, I have my phone instead of my my MacBook, and so I can't see the comments.
Okay, you can't see the comments. All right. Well, would you like
if you hit chat and hit comments, it'll pop up
on the StreamYard? Welcome to the party, Tia. Okay.
No, hit comments.
I think she accidentally backed out.
Yeah. Hey, I got let me before I get out of here. I got that topic that I want to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah. Right. You want me to throw it out now so they can cook it up?
Sure, you can.
I just want to know what's a woman's perception on the transgender trying to push the female or take over the female's position. That was like my main thing. I wanted to bring that up last week.
Okay.
But they're really pushing the transgenderness, on whatever transgender, male, female, whatever the hell they want to call it. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to them, but you know what I'm saying. But to me, it seems like they're trying to overtake the female's role or trying to push the female out. So I just wanted to see what's a female's perception, actual woman perception in regards to that. That's it.
Dude came in heavy. I was just trying to. Okay. Anybody want to? Kay, would you like to jump in on that?
Yeah, from my perspective, I think that, like you said, I really think that they're trying to replace what actual woman is. I think that they believe that they are actual women and they can do the same functions as the actual woman, as far as, well, now they coming up with technology now to where they can get a uterus inserted inside of them so they can create babies. But I really think that they're trying to replace us natural born women out here.
All right. Mr. Jacquard said shots fired. I meant to do shots fired. My bad. All right. Well said, Mr. Dizzle himself, or Jacquard. All right. So, not Tia. He threw me off with this question. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm trying not to get you canceled, but I want to hear from a real woman's perspective.
From an actual biological woman. I heard you first. Don't need to repeat it. Queen T, what do you got to say about this?
Yes, so I agree with Kay, but to add to that, I saw a Dr. Umar interview, and I totally agree with his point. And it's basically them trying to stop us from reproducing and creating more kids and people. And yeah, it's all a control thing. So they got their
Like
plan.
population control.
Yeah. They
Okay.
trying to bring, like you guys said about the Chicago thing, they're trying to bring in the Mexicans and all of that. And, you know, they forcing birth control and LGBTQ and stuff on the Black community. So it's all about population control.
Okay. Yeah, I'm out here in a resort right now, in Texas, and they got the American flag, the Texas flag, and a rainbow flag out there. So it's they getting it in. Tia, what do you think about the question posed by DisRiz?
You know, I agree with Kay and Queen D. I think there's a bigger agenda. You know what I'm saying? You know, they stalled women's abortion rights. So you want to control a woman's ability to have children, well, not have children. Then, you know, as Kay said, they're they're taking the wait a second. They're taking our uteruses and um, implanting them into males. They also, I read an article on how the first pod baby was born, and so I think, you know, women are on the verge of being extinct to a certain. They just don't want women to be women. You know what I mean? Um, a man is a man is a man is a man. You can put titties on a man, he's still a man. You know what I'm saying? And so nothing against the LGB. I felt I don't even know the rest of the alphabets. No offense. I don't want people, murdered because of what they choose and how they choose to look. However, you can't, discredit women. So I don't really like it. I think there's a bigger agenda to silence women, control women, um, and make women feel inferior. Um, and I'm just not in agreement with, how things are going, with the agenda, especially in America. If you go to other countries, they're not really on that type of time. But
Yeah.
yeah, America is kind of just, the modern day Babylon. So
Yeah. Shout out to Ali on that one.
Hey, now I can sleep well at night. I heard it from three women. I can sleep good. I can sleep good.
Yeah, and they forcing it on the kids like it's crazy. They just
Hey,
they
that was gonna be my second
confusing the
question.
kids. They
That was
want
gonna be my
kids to
second
think
question.
that. They want a little boy to think he could be a girl, and a little girl think she could be a boy.
My thing in regards to that, I ain't trying to take over the show, or nothing like that. But my thing in regards to that, they wouldn't allow a porn star to come read to kids in school, but you will allow a transgender, night walker. I don't know what they call them, but you know what I'm saying. You allow them to read to their children, to your children in school, but not a porn star. That's like, it's absurd to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
it's definitely an agenda, DisRiz, and and it's a crazy. I think that American families are on the verge of being, as we know them, on the verge of being extinct. And I think a lot of confusion. Thank you. A lot of confusion is so. Yeah, I'm not in alignment with that. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't cancel me though. All right, so we're gonna keep it moving. So would you all want us to stay here and interact with you all, or would you like to just us to disappear and have you do your thing?
Well, I can't see the comments because I'm on my phone.
Okay, so I'll stay here. I'll stay here and we'll stay here and chop it up with y'all ladies because that was a very good good spicy topic. Mr. DisRiz offered up. Yes. So back to my fluffy question here. What would a not a guy, because I use recreational for the ladies. I don't know what it would be on the other side, but we'll say recreational guy. If you had to describe the physicality of that individual, what would that be, Kay?
Okay, what's a recreational?
So that's somebody somebody just for fun, not really talking about serious. They've got a lot of terms for them.
Good time.
Yeah, that right there. So just
but a homosexual?
No. Well, yes, exactly. Yeah.
Somebody that's well, what if I went for that type of person, they got to be appeasing to the eye, of course. I don't know, because I'm different. Like, you gotta have something. You gotta be doing something. I can't just. I don't know.
So the question would be, what is the one that's not?
I don't know.
What does that person look like?
So you're basically asking like somebody that we're just gonna have fun with. Like, how would we want them to look?
Well, how would you describe them? So, for instance, a lot of them.
Somebody I would like to have fun with. They just got to be appeasing to the eye. You know, and that could be, to some people, muscles, nice body, I'm just saying. That's just.
All right, no. So, like just to give you an example, for the men, a lot of us said, tattooed up. That was a uniform piece. A lot of piercings, face. Otherwise, that was another sign. Colorful weave was another one. If you're looking for someone, if you look at them offsite and be like, that's recreational, that'll be one of the things. So those are just to name a few, some of the physical attributes that you would look at a lady, and just going based off the look. It doesn't mean that it is what it is, but based off of what it looks like, what it could be. So is there any way that
okay, I know for older women, a fun boy would be, somebody younger than them. You know what I'm saying? That's, looks like somebody that they would just, go hang out with.
Okay. All right. I think lashes was on. I think long lashes and long, colorful nails was one of them too.
Queen, stand that shit. It look like they about to fly away. I can't stand it.
Look at this. So if you want to know how serious it is, just
hey, how she see? How do she see? If she driving, that's a safety hazard. How can she see?
You know why those were created, right?
To fly away.
Oh. Yeah, I know. No, I know the answer to that.
Hey, go ahead and shoot.
So they're called calm catchers. They were originally for brothels.
Yep, she's right.
Boom.
She's absolutely right.
Wow.
That is the history of lashes. Yep.
Wow.
Hey, I could go eat my dinner now.
Yeah, no goodness gracious. Hey, great day in the morning. The Queen D. Woo! All right. Well, before I get to Queen D, let me see. We got Goose Prophet says, peace, Queens. What up to Goose Prophet? And Jacquard Lee said, side nigga. I don't know where that came from, but all righty. I think he was explaining what we're looking for here. So side nigga is one of the ones I guess that you could use to reference what he would look like. So Queen D, what would a side dude, as Jacquard Lee said, a fun guy, what would he look like physically?
So this is general, not personal, right?
Yes.
Oh, God, I say y'all not gonna get me canceled. He look like my husband.
No. Just generally.
Okay. Maybe muscled up. You know, sometimes women be looking at the package in them sweatpants or them shorts.
You gotta have the gray sweatpants. You gotta have that.
Maybe some tattoos. I don't really know, cause I don't know.
Okay, all right. You know, whatever. There's no wrong answers. There's no wrong answers here.
I don't discriminate. So, and that's the thing. But I don't know. I think each woman has their own preference for a side nigga, I guess.
Yeah. Right.
Some women like an ugly nigga. Some women like a handsome nigga. Whatever. It just depends.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I definitely doesn't think. I don't think that it's a stand like a definite way of looking, but I think that there are cues to pick up on, Tia, that will definitely let you know that this guy is not serious. What does that guy look like physically, in your opinion?
First of all, let me say there's value for everyone in the world. And, those men of the night have significant value. They help out the economy, and they make the world turn. So he will have to have, a nice physique, a great personality, charm is definitely necessary. Must say the right things, and must have a grade A performance record.
That's what I like to hear right there. All right. I have no idea, Queen D, on that question that you asked. Yes. Okay. Well, cool. Let me see. So yeah. Did you want to answer that question too, Steve?
Steve is eating.
All right, man. Go ahead and enjoy your food, good sir. Go ahead and enjoy your food.
My bag. Hey, my daughter was talking to me. What was the question? I'm here to answer. I'm here to serve.
All right, here it is, man. What is the package? How does one look exterior? That's a guy that you're saying, okay, hey, you know what? I do not want them to be. That's the type of guy that I wouldn't want to be around my daughter. What does he look like?
A homosexual.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever they pick, yeah, it got to be approved by me, of course. But definitely a dude that ain't got nothing going for him. If he ain't had a job ever, you know what I'm saying? Like living on his rap career or his gaming career. Oh, that's out, because I didn't already did that. That shit didn't work out for me. So, homie, it's not gonna work out for you. You know what I'm saying? If you wait till you 30, 40 years old, 35, and you still hopping from house to house, don't even come this way, bro.
All right. I heard the from Tia when he said go through me to be approved. Is there something with that?
I don't understand.
Would you like to clarify what you don't understand, so maybe we can get some understanding?
I didn't know. As much as DisRiz is one of my favorite people, but you're the approving authority of the side dudes.
Oh, I thought he asked if that was the one that they chose to marry or whatever, to be with. But side dude, no, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh, okay.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
I'm sorry.
That ain't gonna happen. No, I'm telling you, I was just talking to my daughter. I had to get in her ass real quick. So yeah, I was distracted, but not at all. That's not gonna happen this way.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
See, that's why I wanted you to ask the question. You know what I'm saying? We need to get an understanding, because I'm sure it was probably somebody else that was like, wait a minute, hold up. So it's good that you was there to clarify that up. Now, I know that Tia, you were gonna host it. Is there anything that you came with that you would like to ask the ladies?
Actually, yeah, I do have a few questions.
Come on, let's do it.
for the ladies. And so, it was a freestyle evolution. What would be, if you were dating, what would be your ideal date for a man to impress you and take you on?
Great question. Queen D, you want to take that first?
Okay, so I guess I'm a romantic type, so I like flowers, candles, a nice dinner. We can go for a walk on the beach, a trip. I mean, there's a lot of different settings or dates that I'm not really picky. I just think if he shows effort and you could tell like it came from a point of care, then that would be an ideal date for me.
That's a great answer. What about you, Kay?
I'm with Queen D on that one because you ain't got to buy me no $400, $500 dinner. It's, to me, it's about your character and how you present yourself. We can go bowling, we can go play golf, we can do things like that, because the whole idea of a date is getting to know each other, talking, feeling each other out. So, that that would be my ideal date. So.
Like some of my first dates with my husband, we went, I think, to like this, I don't even know what it was, but they had like giant board games. We was there all night playing giant board games. We went to the beach. Oh, it was a hookah lounge. We went to the beach, sat there and talked. We went out to eat a few times. We went to the bar. We went and played pool. So all of those were enjoyable to me.
Okay, good answers. How does a man sustain um, a relationship with you? What does a man have to do to sustain a relationship?
I think having great communication, being able to learn from each other, not having a one-sided relationship,
Okay.
um, that's just a few things for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Kay as well. And to add to that, dang, I had it and I forgot. Could you repeat the question, Tia? Sorry.
How does a man sustain a relationship with you?
Okay, yeah. Being masculine as well, to add to what Kay said. And sometimes some men can turn you off with their words or things they say. So I would categorize that with the communication part, but they just got to know how to talk. And definitely always want to learn from your partner. So, and just show love and make me feel good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
I got a question, Rose. I think somebody mentioned communication. Do you think a lot of women are good at communicating?
That was gonna be my next question.
Okay.
I was going there because the question was gonna be, what do you think we as women can do to improve communication? Because some men just don't know how to communicate if they were not in households that taught them that, or they were not around environments that taught them how to communicate. What do you think we as women can do to enhance communication with men who may not have a strong suit in that? They may be masculine, they may, have the finances there, but the communication is off. What can we do as women to enhance that?
First of all, we can stop overthinking, when a man is, trying to communicate with us. Is that, what I mean by overthinking is trying to think ahead of, what he say, or trying to say, oh, well, he said this, so it means this, instead of taking the words for what it is.
Right.
We have a tendency of doing that. And another thing that we can stop doing is being overly emotional. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Because sometimes some of us, when our man is not necessarily getting on to us, but getting on to us about certain things, instead of getting in our feelings about it, we need to sit up there and listen to what he's saying, understand why he's saying it, and take heed to what he's saying.
Okay. Okay. What
Yeah,
about?
I agree with Kay, and also I've heard a lot of men say women are confusing to the point like, and I know I've done this in the past. Like I'll think, okay, I probably told somebody this before, maybe many times, and they still haven't caught on to how I wanted something done, or it could be anything. And then I drop a lot of hints and stuff. Sometimes I might not be straightforward with what it is. So it's like playing a guessing game. And I've learned you can't really leave hints with men. You just have to tell them exactly what it is that you're trying to communicate about and be straightforward.
Thank you for that, Marcus.
So, yeah, so men don't pick up on hints. We have to be more straightforward. I think a lot of times too, our demeanor and our tone of how we're communicating and when we're communicating, if we probably were a little bit more mild mannered, that would get the message across better. A double boom. Yeah, I think some more might come to mind, but that's what I got on the top of my head right now.
Okay. I love the sound effects, Marcus. Do you have any questions?
No, she touched my heart on that one. That's why. So I had to let that one be known because oh my goodness, I think that yeah, I think that you have to understand us to know that we're not mind readers. We're terrible at picking up clues. If you want something, be direct with what it is that you want. So you're 100% on there. From where I'm sitting at and with the things that I've experienced. So yeah, you're there, Queen D. I definitely liked it. But I want to check out the comments real quick.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Jakart Lee says trying to get Queen D caught up. Goose the Prophet says being able to agree to disagree and compromise. That's a big one. I believe that was a Boom K from Gooch. And don't try to make his communication style fit yours, says Jakar Lee. So yeah, I think Queen D was spot on. She said something else too that I was wondering that he hit on, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, excellent.
I had a question.
Okay.
How often do you think that you should compliment a man? You know what I'm saying? Like just random. Like how like on the female side, on the feminine side, you know what I'm saying, you want to compliment her makeup, you know what I'm saying, how she's dressed. Even if she got hair and nails done, right? On the male side, how often should a female compliment a male? For what I'm saying, like not just adulting, working his 9 to 5, but taking care of other things around the house, you know what I'm saying? Planning trips, things of that nature. How often should you compliment a man?
I mean, if it's my man, I'm complimenting him every chance that I get, because I'm the type of person, it's the small things that I appreciate the most, not necessarily, the big things that comes, eventually, I feel like, but the small things speak louder to me, more than anything. So as much as I can in my way, that I can. So
Okay, so I'll go. I think it's vitally important to compliment men. You know, sometimes we grow up in environments and you know we are taught that is really like for a man to want to compliment is feminine of him. However, just from me interacting with men and noticing, you know, what good they contribute, it makes them want to do better when you compliment them. And so I think you should find ways to, you know, affirm men when you're in relationship with them. That's whether they're a coworker, you know, whether you know you have sons, you know, you have friends or lovers. I think it is vitally important to compliment men because they like that, you know, and everybody isn't just not on a woman's side to feel good, you know. Men have to feel good as well, you know. So
So okay, so I got a question because it sounds good on what you're saying, but
uh-huh.
it seems like you know, it's quite the opposite a lot of times. It seems like men don't get that type of recognition or that type of respect. You know what I'm saying? Where it seems like you know, you go to work, you respect your boss says something, you do it. The police officer tells you to do something, you do it. Your HOA tells you to do something, you do it. But as soon as your man tells you to do something, then it's like you ain't my daddy. So how does that how you know like I said it sounds good, but is that really the practice?
Well, I mean, that's, I think once you know better, you do better. You know what I mean? And like I said, we come from environments that teach, you know, just like men, we come from environments that teach us that those things are not essential. I can tell you that, you know, growing up in Mississippi, um, even in my late teenage years, early 20s, that was something that you didn't really do. You know what I mean? But when you get out in the world and you see how other nationalities of women, you know, treat their men and what they're saying and how they're affirming and how they're speaking life into them, you pick those things up. And so I think that if you have a woman that basically stayed in one community, you know what I'm saying, hasn't gotten out and saw, or just doesn't have the emotional intelligence to pick up on how to get the, you know, desired result. You know what I mean? Because it's just rocket science. You know, it isn't rocket science. It's just, you know, simple. If a man does something for you, you say thank you. I really appreciate that. If a man is, you know, doing the monotonous things of the day, you know, thank you. I really appreciate. I know you didn't have to do that. You know, but I think it takes maturity to get to that realm. I could tell you I didn't have it when I was younger. I can tell you that I didn't believe in it. I could affirm, you know, my brother, you know what I'm saying? I could affirm my child, but I didn't have the tools, you know, to affirm a guy back then because I didn't know any better. So I think it comes with maturity, paying attention, not wanting the same result, whatever your desired result is, not wanting the same result by the way you talk to men.
Okay, I was earlier talking about your glow. Now I think I know where it came from. Kate, what do you think about the question that was asked as far as being able to being able to you know, communicate or no, I'm sorry, when it came to you know, women actually being, you know, talk like I said, you guys, it sound very good what you're saying, but in reality, I think a lot of people experience, a lot of men probably experience that it's quite the opposite. You know what I'm saying? They don't get that respect, they don't get that love, and it's often conditional based off of how that person feels at the time. Where I think that with a lot of men, it can have that effect, but we're more so try to, you know, make it better. Where I feel like more women are just, you know, they're just able to be like, you know, screw it. I'm not feeling good today, so you're not going to feel good today. What do you think about that?
what Well, that comes down to, how they're being taught by their mothers and how their mothers treat the men that's in their life, and they're taking an example from that. Because my mother, she wasn't, she was a mild mannered person and a very appreciative person, and that's where I get, the way that I am from, through her example. She might not have been always treated the best by some men in some of her relationships, but in the end, they did, come around later on, and say they appreciated her for being, who she was, because at that time they couldn't see, you know, that what type of woman that she was until, they experienced what they thought that they really wanted and wasn't getting that.
She in
You
that
know what
house.
I mean? So a lot of it has to do with the lack of teaching that they're getting from their mothers on how to treat men.
All right, sorry about that. I thought my mic was muted. Queen B, same question to you. Like I said, it sounds good with a lot of you ladies up here talking about. But I think a lot of men, reality is that, it's quite the opposite when it comes to communication with women, that they might find that, they don't get that love, they don't get that respect that they may feel like they deserve. What do you say to that? Do you think that that's not true, or do you think it could be possible?
No, I agree with the ladies on the panel, and that is true sometimes, but it's important to show gratitude and compliment a man and stuff, because especially if it's a good man, that will fuel him to do better. I feel like men like their ego stroked a little bit. So everyone is human, everyone wants to feel appreciated. So it's definitely a good thing to do.
All right. All right, perfect. T, you got them lashes on. All right, so oh, bang, bang.
That's fired.
No, I'm just
Mark,
playing with you. I'm just playing
Mark,
with you.
I thought we was in a good place.
We are in a lovely place. What are you talking about?
I thought at this point in the game we was in a good place.
Hey, we got to keep the show rolling. You know what I'm saying? Make it entertaining. And that you definitely did. So yeah. So I mean, did you have any other?
Wait a minute, Marcus. My brother is in the comments. So what?
Now hold on. Wait a minute. Because we didn't talk about a lot of stuff. All right. So we ain't gonna act bashful right now.
We're gonna have a respectable conversation.
Hey, I didn't say nothing wrong. Oh yeah, I did say the lashes. Then okay. I was just asking, because I knew, all right. So we're gonna keep the party going. Did you have any more lineup questions that you had? Because that was a great one.
You threw me off. Hey, so I do want to ask a question. Do you think that when you meet somebody, when you know, as in picking an ideal partner for yourself?
Okay, you want to take that first?
What's the wait a minute? So wait a minute. Say that again. What was the question?
So when you're picking an ideal partner for yourself, you pick a guy. Do you let the relationship turn into something, or things are moving so perfect, it's like, oh man, this is love at first sight? Do you basically believe in love at first sight?
Oh, I definitely do. I'm the type of person, I let it turn and see, what happens. Because there I have been in situations to where I thought that, I found the perfect person, and then as time went on, things change. That happens. But it didn't like stop me from still believing in love at first sight. It didn't put a damper on, love isn't real type thing. I'm just, I just, was like, that person just wasn't meant for me. So, I know that that person, he'll come to me when it at the right time.
Mhm.
It's all in, to me, I feel like it's all in timing. You know, some people might find that person when they feel like it might be a bad time for them, but that person might be the one that they need at that particular time. So it really depends.
Okay, okay. I love that response. Queen D, what you got?
Yeah, I believe there's a few things. Okay. I feel like uh some people can be blessings and some can be lessons.
Is that it?
You muted
Wait a minute.
yourself. I think you muted yourself, Queen D.
Oh, sorry. I feel like some people are just supposed to come into your life for a certain time period. I do believe in love at first sight, but I think a lot of us confuse it with lust at first sight. So I feel like that's confusing because like with my husband, this has been my best relationship, but I told him I didn't like him at first. And with
My
other
wife said
people,
the same thing.
and that's usually the ones that work out because I've heard that many times. Like the person who you don't really care for at first, y'all get to know each other and then it becomes beautiful. But some I don't know about that love because I feel like it's mostly lust at first sight or some type of attraction that's attracting you to them. I don't know if it's just love all the way. It might seem like that, but some people got a good talking game.
Mhm.
Some women think they fall in love with a man by being on the phone with him, even some in jail and stuff, and then like when they come out it's a whole nother ball game.
Right.
So it's a confusing thing.
Do you think social media has put a damper on how we interpret love, or how we communicate with men moving forward? Well, how we communicate with men and what we expect from men. You think social media? Do you think social media is a positive or a negative for that?
I think social media is a negative for that because when you meet a person face to face, for the first time, it's different because you can feel that person out, right then and there. You know exactly who you're talking to, what they actually look like, as opposed of, their best picture that they put up on I'm sorry. That was so wrong.
He messy.
Hey, don't be talking about
I
my
know
Facebook post. Don't be talking about my pictures.
it. but
He's so.
it's a different feeling because right then and there when you first meet somebody, in person, you have that little small talk, and you can, kind of not directly pinpoint their character, but you get a feel for, what type of person that they are as opposed to them being online to where, they can just, tell you anything that sound good, So, that's my opinion.
Okay, so I have another question. Let's say you two ladies are single, and let's say that a man steps to you, and we as women, we don't really. I know for me, I don't necessarily see. I see that he's a man, but I don't ever really look at men because I work around a lot of them, and you know, um, you can't really. It's not ideal to be interpersonal sometimes in those conditions. So let's say if a man came to you, and he was like, "Look, I don't have A, B, C, and D. I'm working on it." Just super honest, but he's not where you guys are. Would that be something that you're interested in? Are you ladies?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Yeah. So let's say that you two ladies are single, right? And meet a nice guy out, and about, and he steps to you, but he steps to you with just straight up honesty, and you know you have everything going for yourself, but he's like, "Hey, I'm working, and I'm achieving, and I have these plans." Are you guys more prone to go towards the man that has a plan, or the man that's already put together?
Go ahead, Quentin. Go ahead, Quentin.
um, I'm partial because I feel like a man that doesn't have everything together but has a plan can achieve greatness. But then again, you said one already has everything together.
Yep, boom. He got everything you think a man should have.
And they both treat you like the same, or treat me the same, or whatever, or
Yep.
okay, well, I think that comes with age and experience. So at this point in my life where I am, if I was single, I would probably go with the one that is more put together, just because I've been down that route where with both options, and um sometimes it doesn't work out either way. So I feel like I would just try the one that's more put together to save myself stress and time and all of that extra stuff that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, earlier when I said I did not like my husband at first, the thing is, I had just got out of a struggling relationship, so I didn't have the time of day for no man at all.
You didn't
And
have capacity.
yeah, I just didn't want to deal with it. I wanted a break at that
Right.
time to just figure me out.
Right.
So, but he was persistent.
Yeah, he can be that way.
See, me myself, I'm the opposite. I'd rather build with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as long as you have a plan. You know what I'm saying? I would try to see where I can fit into that plan. And maybe we can put our heads together to help build on that plan. You know,
Okay.
because usually when a guy already has it, together, you're just there. There's nothing that you can do for him because pretty much you could say he have it all. Just and it's just the opposite. For women too. If you already have everything that you want to achieve, what can a man, fit, how will he fit into your life? What will he be able to build on? So
And then,
I'm the opposite of that.
Hey, can I say something right quick, Marcus?
yeah, go ahead.
And I think that was the big thing with Ebony K, right? I think she had the ideal, you know to say, I want to date the man that's driving the bus, right? But I think her inability to see, potential in someone, I was the reason why men had an issue with what she said, because I think when somebody's so stonewalled on their requirements for people, then you can't really find the person for yourself. And so I think, we had that conversation in regards to Ebony K um, in previous podcasts, but I think that was a point of contention because the way she came off appeared smug. You know, it appeared that she smugged men with honest professions. You know, because men have options to do bad things, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that was a point of contention for that. I'm sorry, E.
No, 100%, man. I agree with you 100% on that. I wanted to get some of the comments real quick before we get too deep into it. Dakar Lee said, "Is it wrong to give me reassurance?" Oh, I think he corrected it by saying men reassurance for the last topic. And then he also says, "The already man is the more popular choice. They don't want to be there on the road to success. They just want to meet him at the finish line," says Jacquard Lee. Thank you so much for that. I think I don't know, man. I think it could be a mixture of both. I think it depends on your age. I think if you're younger, you're more prone to probably want to put somebody together, and when you're older, you're probably more prone to probably want somebody who's already put together. But
has something to that. I think women pretty much know what they want, right? And I think that a man that a woman is really vibing with, she would do that. You know what I'm saying? She will be with the guy that has potential. You know what I'm saying? But if she doesn't have the capacity, you know, and she's not really looking for nothing, she's just passing time by, then her attention span is gonna be really short for the one that, you know, has the potential. She's not gonna have the capacity for that. Because I think a woman who wants to meet you at the finish line is just not that into you. Does that make sense?
yeah, it makes perfect sense. They're gonna be more into your resources than you,
right,
as a person.
as opposed to you.
Yes, 100%. I agree with that. Now, Steve G did ask a question. He asked it in the private chat, so I'll bring it up to the forefront. His question is what qualities send a man to the friend zone while dating? Ooh, Tia Rose, you want to take that first?
So I feel like you man a little low key messy.
No, I'm just asking because me personally, I've never been friend zone. I always did the friend zone, and I'm not cocky or nothing like that. I mean, but because I will cut a person off quick, right. You know, if they're not on the same, if the train is not moving, you know, if they're on the wrong track and they not keeping up, I gotta go, bro. You know, I got stuff to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked that.
Right. So I think a woman friends on a man that she's just not into. Period. Like she's just not into. She's just trying something out, wasting time. And I think men, it wouldn't matter what that man does. He could do everything perfect. And if she's just not that into him, he getting friends on. So I don't think it's a specific quality. I think that the man has to speak the woman's language, which is impossible to know. You know what I'm saying? My brother said something that really sticks with me. Women respond to what they hear, men respond to what they see. And so if you can't speak that woman's code and you don't know what her cheat codes are, then you're 9 times out of 10, you're going to get friends on.
All right. We need some more people for the King of Spades. Camille, what says you to the question that I know she already laughed. To the question that Steve G offered, what qualities send a man to the friend zone while dating?
To me, a man that is not planning for his future, you know, too busy trying to hang out all the time, you know, the type of man that, you know, don't want to put in the work, you know, for the long term, you know, always calling off work because, you know, they trying to go, you know, do this and do that, you know, you know, I can't be with a man that, you know, don't want anything out of life, you know.
Okay, bet that. And Queen D, man, from a woman's perspective, what qualities send a man to the friend zone while dating?
Well, like Steve G said, my cutoff game is sharp. I'll change my number and everything. So I've never really friend zoned someone while dating, but I have had male friends that were in the friend zone, but I knew they were just going to be friends off rip.
Okay. Well, so okay, friends, that's a good thing. Do you think that I'm gonna come to you first, Queen D. Do you think that men and women can be just friends?
I feel like if they're not in relationships, then yeah, I feel like um the male might try something or might want to move past that, but a woman can shut him down and say no, and it don't have to go further than that. So, but as far as if you're in a relationship and have, I don't know if that'll work. I've never tried it.
Okay. So should we
Um,
say clear that the
I
whole way? Go ahead, Kay.
I believe I believe that they can. It's not necessarily men or women can't be around each other without being lustful for each other. I've had plenty of male friends where it was like they was my brother and I was their sister. You know what I'm saying? I was they homeboy, so to speak. You know, we was just cool like that. And it's mainly common interest. You know what I'm saying? But I've never had male friends where it turned into a sneaky link or anything like that. You know, them I don't even consider them as friends. If they lusting after you, you know what I'm saying? Trying to come at you as a friend first and hoping they'll turn into a relationship. No,
Yeah, that's the whole
that would
thing of
definitely
the
get you friends on.
yeah, but that's the whole thing of the friend zone is that a guy wanted to be more. No guy wants to be in the friend zone.
Well, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because I have met
Mm.
guys who were, in relationships, and I've met they girls, and it wasn't, like no jealousy or nothing like that. It was, they knew off top, we was just friends. We just cool like that.
All right, bet that then. I'll take your word for it. Tia Rose, same question to you, man. Do you think men and women can be platonic friends?
Yeah, yeah. I have plenty of platonic friends, but I would tell you that um, the military puts you in a position to have platonic friends, and that can get a little sketchy from time to time. But if you have two mature-minded people that understand what platonic means, then you can have platonic friends. But there are some guys that I can't. You know what I'm saying? They try to coddle that line, and so you have to be able to recognize that really, really fast. But I mean, it's a possibility. Like most of my friends are men. So
Yes. Okay. Perfect. I did not zoom in, Queen B. Perfect. All right. Let me see. I think somebody's in the comment section. Friend zone says Jacquard Lee. Friend zone equals just waiting till the boyfriend slips up so you can slide right into position. Yes, you are 100% correct on that one. Yes, they are acting crazy over here. Yeah. I think you're 100% right on that one.
I've
Yeah.
never heard a man say he could be friend zone. So coming from a man, I guess we gotta believe what the men say.
I mean, that is an option. So that's a great thing. Why don't many women believe what men say? Queen D?
Ooh, why women don't believe what men say?
Yeah.
Maybe because some men talk but they don't walk. Some of them they say stuff and it may sound good, but they're not living up to that, I guess. Or sometimes I don't think it's that we don't believe what we say, like what they say, like Kay said earlier. We just, like, a man could tell us something, but it's like we hear something else, or we interpret something else into something else.
Oh, that's deep. That's deep right there. Okay, I messed with that one. Kay, because I do have a lot of conversations with some women, and oftentimes it does seem like they do changing into what they believe or what they feel was said instead of what was actually said. Why do most women not believe men?
I'm
Or
not gonna
is that what it is? Matter of fact, is that true
be,
or not?
because a man feel like they need to be sneaky and conniving in some instances when all they need to really do is just be themselves.
See, I hear that,
Mhm.
Kay. But Kay, let's be real. If I said what I wanted to do, I think that as from my perspective would cut out a lot of potentials. Do you not agree with that?
It might have cut out a lot of potentials, but how you know it won't cut out the wrong potentials and bring the right ones in?
The only wrong potential is the one I didn't get. So uh
But how you know that? That from the outside it might look like it was right, but from the inside it might be wrong.
Rejection is
Just
protection.
like okay, look exactly. Okay, look at it like this. You might see this woman, she drop dead gorgeous. You might think she got her whole life put together. And then you go to her house and her house look like a trash bin.
okay.
Or she hits you with the brr.
Dang, what's the burr?
I know, I'm lost. What's the burr?
Hey, Cardi B, that's her tagline. Brr.
Oh,
Oh shit. Yeah.
So you still consider that to be the right potential?
I mean, if I was
Just
looking
based
for
off of
a roommate, no.
Oh,
All right then, Tia Rose. Since you obviously there's I think I was talking about a miscommunication of where men say and women feel what they thought was said, and and I understand that men and women, we communicate differently. So I definitely understand it. But how do we fix that? Is that a problem? And if so, how do we fix that?
well, it's a problem, but people comprehend from who they are, not what is said. Let me say that again. People comprehend information, intake information from who they are, what their perceptions, their experiences, their past experiences, and even their current realities, versus taking it for what it is. And so women tend to do, we're overthinkers, so we tend to do that. We tend to assume that we know what somebody said or a man said. I think one of the things that I do personally is I ask the question, hey, is this what you mean? So if you say something to me and I'm really trying to understand where you're coming from, I say, okay, is this what you're saying to me? And they either say yay or nay.
Okay. And I believe that's called active listening,
Right.
which is a great form of communication, because basically, for those that don't know what she just described, is basically you're asking the person if they heard you correctly, to eliminate any miscommunication by doing that, and
Right.
to make it a more productive communication. But what I often find is that when you are in the heat of the battle, it becomes about scoring points. So how does one centers oneself when they're too overwhelmed with whatever the topic? Because I feel like sometimes it's more of a topic, and maybe them feeling like they're being attacked, even though they may not be. How does one step out of that? Or if you've experienced, how do you step out of it?
Well, sometimes I don't step out of it. Sometimes I'm in it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I think that comes with being human. You know, and I think cooler heads prevail for sure. But sometimes you just in that. And so I don't know what you can do, once, the flames are lit. So I don't think, when it's somebody that I don't care about, you know what I'm saying, or I'm not invested in, then I don't really care what they say.
Mhm.
But if it's someone that I'm invested in, and someone I know, and those are the people that deserves my spontaneous reactions, or even my anger. Anger is a gift. So
You say anger was a gift?
anger is a gift.
Explain that one.
I don't give my anger to people that I don't care about.
Gotcha. Okay. I like that one. Yeah, I was gonna hit you with the horn too, what you said earlier, because that was some real deep stuff right there. I mess with it. Kate, what do you think, man? How because men usually typically fight with fists. Women are very adapted fighting with their mouth. Uh, so when things are too, chaotic, instead of pulling out that verbal switchblade, what is something you think a woman can do to kind of, progress the situation in a positive direction?
Honestly, I just walk away and leave the whole situation. I have gotten to a point in my life to where if I have to fight constantly, in a relationship, the relationship is never going to go anywhere because we're no longer hearing each other. We're no longer, I mean, my feelings for you have dropped, you know, and I'm to the point I really don't care anymore, so instead of waiting on you to leave or trying to decide what you want to do as far as relationship, I'm gonna make a decision and I'm just gonna leave.
Okay. All right, I can dig that. Get up there and leave. All right. And Queen D, when you in thick, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in there trading insults and all kind of stuff. What do you do to, how is there a way that a woman could, kind of center herself and guide it more in a productive manner?
Yes, so I've ignored and just sat there and looked at a person before while they were doing that. Or I've said that both of us are heated. Which this works many times. Both of us are upset. Let's just come back to the topic later on when we cool down and we both level headed so we can talk it out. That's probably what works the best. And recently, I actually went through this where I felt like I was being wrongfully accused and attacked, but I voiced how I felt and how I looked at it in a respectable manner. And then he came back and assured me that he was not trying to attack, and that's the way the conversation went, or how I took his words, which I felt like the words that he said was how I took them. But I think with women and men, there's just a miscommunication, period. So um we just talked it out pretty much and came to an agreement.
Okay. Yeah, I think because I feel like if um the ladies kind of understood men more, I think that it could help a lot more, because I think a lot of times I think men, we are born to study women, and to at least from a a certain level to understand what attracts women to us. But I don't think like women understand men that much. Do you agree or disagree with that, Tia?
Yeah, I think when you go to the Bible says women respect your husbands. It doesn't say anything about love your husbands. And I had to cite reference that because one of the pastors that I listened to, he referenced that, and I was like, really? Because they talk about love and all these things, and you mean you have to respect your husband? And I think it's a different programming when you live by that guideline. But no, we are not um, taught to naturally do those things. Those things are learned. You know what I mean? We yeah, we're not really taught to chase men,
Yeah.
or you know, and I don't know why that is. But it's not natural for women to chase men or pursue men. I mean, they do these days though. They do it more now than back in the day. Women are proposing to men, getting on their knees and proposing. So things are changing.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a couple of videos like that that you're describing. So yeah, I've seen it. I don't know if it's the majority of women here, but I definitely know it's some out here that's not willing to wait and do the change, and they got their mind made up. But Kay, what says you? Do you? Because it seems as if men kind of understand women somewhat, not in depth, but enough. But it doesn't seem like it goes the opposite way, where women kind of understand or maybe accept men as men, how our biological makeup is. Do you think that women do understand men, or do you think that they don't understand men?
To expound off of what Tia just said, respect is love to me. Because you can't love a person unless you have that respect for them. But in today's day and age, I feel like women not trying to learn their man. They trying to learn their pockets.
Oh,
But as far as taking the time and getting to know it's supposed to be your man, your relationship, your husband, the person who, you're supposed to care for. You're supposed to learn them, learn their ways, learn their likes, their dislikes, learn who they are, that's just the bare minimum of, being in a relationship, and nobody is taking the time to do that.
Okay, bet that. And I like Tia's respect better. Where was you at, Tia, when I needed you back? Because me and Prophet and the rest of everybody else on the panel as well had a discussion about what was more important, love or respect. But I just kid with you on that one. Queen D, same question to you. Do women learn men as much as men learn women?
I agree with the women on the panel, but I'm not sure. Are you sure men learn women? Because
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I feel like I learn men more than men learn me. And with my husband, like, I feel like I learned him down to a T. He tells me all the time, dang, you know me better than I know myself. So I've learned, with me learning him, I've learned to disable certain behaviors. So I know, like, when he gets angry or something, to leave him alone or whatever, and he'll come around and talk to me. Sometimes we like to force men to do certain things at a certain time, maybe right then and there. But Yeah, my question is, do men learn women?
All right, so we do have a resident man on call. So what I will say though, Queen D, before I go to the resident man on staff, what do you think that you're the majority or the minority?
Me
Yeah.
personally, coming from him, I'm the minority with a lot of things. So
There you go. There you go. All right. But Steve, do you think that you learn women more, or do you think that women learned you more in the past?
I learned women more. And not to toot my horn or anything like that, but like that woman, like I wasn't trying to like at one point, what I'm saying, when I first started dating and stuff like that, what I'm saying, yeah, I was trying to see who in there, whatever. But when I got serious with that one, what I'm saying, I was with her 24 damn near all the time. You would have thought we were married. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was engaged 4 times, married on the 4th, after the 4th one, you know what I'm saying, or to the 4th one. So we were always together, you know what I'm saying? So I had the opportunity to be with them a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I did take my father's advice and actually step back from the situation and see around her, see her flaws, see her good points and bad points before I jump into that, before I jump the broom, so to speak, because I'm gonna have to live with that the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? To death do us part. So the first 3, they almost worked. They almost had me, but the last one ended up snatching me up, and I can't get rid of it now. You know what I'm saying? So I think I really learned them, you know what I'm saying? And actually shed a light on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, that they wouldn't even, that they didn't even know, so to speak.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your input. There you go, Queen D. We got a man on here that says he learned women more than women learned him.
I also think that men, when it comes to that, men have more patience with that, because I feel like a lot of women just don't care, and it might be one-sided, so they just have that I don't give a type of attitude.
Yeah.
The way I came at it, like I said before when we were talking about the percentages, right? I came at it on that 50-50. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go, you know what I'm saying, a Papa Do's or, you know what I'm saying, Red Lobster or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Either you going to put that tip. If I'm paying that bill, you're going to put that tip. The first date, I'll probably do it all. But eventually, if you want to keep doing this shit, and you know what I'm saying, we making a little over minimum wage or minimum wage at the time, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the money to keep feeding you Red Lobster right now. In the future, possibly, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? Until we know this is gonna go further. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of the ways that I was able to weed them out, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Or she's gonna be a ride or die, or is she just here for the money aspect? You know what I'm saying? That was the way I was looking at it. And like I said, like Queen D said earlier, I cut you off quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way with her. You know what I'm saying? If you're not meeting me halfway, or you know what I'm saying, actually, you know what I'm saying, helping me with my vision as I'm helping you with yours, why are we wasting each other's time?
All right. So I got another aspect of this too. I think it's because if you went up to the bank and fish just jumped in your net, then you really wouldn't need to learn much about the fish, right? Because they come to you, whereas other people may have to go out there and figure out what type of bait, what's the best time to fish, right? Do you use shrimp? Is what kind of hook do I need? How many, how heavy do I need the line to be, test line, all those things, right? So I think that when at a younger age, I think women have been more so coming up to them than men have coming up to women. So we kind of got to learn them in order to be able to acquire them.
Okay, but that could be because a lot of women feel like they're the catch. What if the man feels like he's the catch? It might be.
But see, I think I really think that 2 things happen on that end. Either it's a guy that's later in life, or it's a guy that had a father who told him that, right? In most cases, I think that from what we've been taught is that women were the prize.
But it it changes, right? So you look at the people like who's the guy, Jeff Bezos. He's the cat contingent on his financial, attributes. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so it flip flops. I hate that it's like this, but the less money that the man makes, he has to, contend with, whatever women chooses him. Um, and the man that has the financial, attributes, he gets options.
Yeah, but that's nature, right? That's nature. That's nothing to be looked at as sad. And I think men we're taught it at a young age, so we understand it going up that yeah, if you don't have resources, your pickings are going to be slim.
Well, I think it's sad because the world is so diverse now, right? And so you're teaching a man that he has no value unless he has money and resources. So
Well,
that
that comes from tradition though, because back then that's when men actually took care of the household and women stayed at home. So
right.
they had to, have some form of financial stability in order to marry.
But I think
So
it's sad for a guy that's getting out there and he wants the same thing that other men want, but he's not able to afford certain things. And so I think it's a little stalling or depressing either that he doesn't have he can't go with who he desires unless he has this. It's different for women.
So you don't think like it could be a man's confidence even if he doesn't have the resources or the funds? Like the confidence won't do it because when I first met my husband, like probably in the beginning towards the middle, he used to always joke around and say, "You look good, baby, but you don't look better than me," and stuff like that. But I know a lot of pimps and stuff, they have that type of personality. They might not have the funds, but how they carry themselves or their persona, you
Right.
don't think that could do it as well?
I think that does it for the person that's like that, but for the introverted guy that doesn't have all his things together, um, I think he's at a disadvantage. I think is personality. If you have a alluring personality, then you're gonna attract women to you. Um, but I think everybody's not on this. Everybody on this planet doesn't have an alluring personality. Some people um, are quite the opposite of that. And so I think, it can be discouraging to men who don't have certain attributes, um, the resources, i.e., or the personality. And so I think I was coming from that point of reference um, of the men who don't have the charisma or the resources.
No, and I can say that I appreciate your compassion and your empathy. But as men, and I'm sure if I asked Steve, he would probably agree. We learn that, and we deal with what is in the male world, not what we would want it to be, but what is, and that's how you get your Jeff Bezos and your Facebook. I can't think of the dude name, Zuckerberg, and your Tesla guy and all that stuff, right? Because those guys, they weren't getting that back then, but then they worked hard, they made something of themselves, and now they have the resources. So yeah, it's just the way of the world. But I want to get to the comment section real quick because Mr. DisRiz says, "Don't be stingy. Smash that like button for support." I definitely agree with you. It's so good that he had to say it twice. Don't be stingy. Smash that like button for support on 2 different accounts, man. So if you can, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, I can't see it, so I don't know if you did or didn't. You can lie to me and say you did, and I still believe you. All right. So I'm gonna hand this over to you, Tia, real quick. But I do want to know one question. And I want to start with you, Queen D. If you don't mind, I know you don't like to go first. So you can say pass if you need to. But I really want to know, what do most men misunderstand about women from your opinion?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. You could put me last. I gotta think about this one.
All right. Well said. Well said. All right. So, Kay, what do you think? And you can pass as well. We're just gonna leave Tia in a spot. But what do most men, from your perspective, misunderstand about women?
That we're not all the same. You know, we all don't have the same idea. We don't, we all haven't grown into the same type of woman that, people tend to see on social media, you know.
Okay. Kay said, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Hey, all right. So Tia, what says you?
That I
2 Chains. What do in your perspective, what do most men misunderstand about women?
That all women are. I want to piggyback on Kay's comment that all women don't require money. Someone recently asked me if a man came to you with 5 bands, would you go on a date with him? And I was like, the first thing I said was, I'm not a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first thought. It wasn't about like I gotta get to the money. My first thought was like, I'm not a prostitute. No, if I don't like them, I don't like them. You know. And so I would say that, understand that women are different, and you have to choose women by, their love languages and what's important to them.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great point right there. Kay, or I'm sorry, I'm coming back to Queen D. Queen D. What do most men, from your perspective, what do most men misunderstand about women?
I agree with the ladies on the panel actually, and I feel like they just don't understand that we have different ways of communicating, and yeah, that's all.
Okay, yes, it definitely is a different form of communication. I was taking couples counseling, and men are from women, or women are from Venus, men are from Mars. That was one of our assignments, and just the fact to learn that sometimes women just want to talk, just to get it out, and men, we're geared towards fixing. So we would think that, well, because you're coming to us telling us your problems, that you want us to fix it, which is not the case. So I definitely had to learn that and some other things as well when it comes to communication. Now I want to ask you real quick, Steve, if you don't mind, would you date somebody for 5K?
My bad. You said, would I date somebody for 5K?
Yes.
Hell no. She can't get no residual on that shit. We need more than that.
Wait. You wouldn't go on a date with somebody for 5K?
For 5K?
Yeah, they pay you 5K to go on a date with them.
No, I mean, if I ain't vibing with it, we just gonna be sitting there looking at each other.
You tripping? What?
Watching the clock, man.
Yeah, we gonna be looking. Like, we're gonna be looking at each other. What if she ugly? What if I don't like her? What if she spoil my appetite because she ugly, bro?
Nobody said you gotta date her wife, or you just gotta go on a date. Wow.
Wow. That's why.
Hey, maybe if it was 7K, we could talk, but 5K, that ain't shit. That's my mortgage, nigga.
Hey, man. I forgot you balling. See, he got, I don't know, I ain't gonna put his business out there, but I am. He's making what you call passive money right there. So he can do things like that. You feel me? We broke over here, so we can't get it in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm dating you for 5K, and then I'm taking it home and splitting it with the kids and the wife.
All I got to say is, hey, my daughter college dorm is 5K. That ain't shit.
That's a college dorm you just paid for. What did you talk about?
I need some revision. Hey, because she got to pay that shit every quarter, bro. She got to pay that shit every quarter. So I need a couple more 5Ks with that. Then we can talk.
1 quarter you got free. All right, maybe I'm tripping though. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Man, never mind. Tia. You know, I'm just saying. I'll ask you later. But yeah. So, is there anything that any more stuff you want to hand out there and wrap this thing up with?
No, we can wrap it up.
You can wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do that. Let's wrap it up. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and hold on, man. Let me see. What did he say? Mr. DisRiz says if you are a silent viewer, comment down below. We would love to talk to each and every one of you. You guys are the reason why we're here. You feel me? Peace beyond to you all. Yes. Beyond to you all. Yes. Thank you so much for that, Steve. I definitely appreciate you putting that out there. All right, so before we get up out of here, is there anything that you wanted to? I think I already asked you, Tia. Kay, is there anything that you wanted to cover before we get up out of here?
I just want to thank you guys for hanging in there with us. And I also want to thank the people in the chat for, interacting with us also. Please come back, like, share, and subscribe to Queen Spades Podcast. I almost forgot what it was.
I just show up, man. I just show up. You know what I'm saying? And doing my thing. Yes. Okay. So yes, please, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to Queens of Spades Podcast. We also have, we'll talk about it later. Queen D, you got anything for us? Topic? Anything I missed? Anything you wanted to say?
No, everything Kay just said. Thanks for the support. And if you want to join the podcast,
woo, come on now.
Then you can reach out to Big E.
All right. All right. So yes, if you want to, that would be oh yeah, I was just about to put it out there. What DisRiz was saying, he was giving you the email account. It was DisRiz. It was Queen of Spades Podcast at gmail.com. Okay.
I have people asking me where the link at.
Yes, it's at Queen of Spades Podcast at Gmail. Only melanated individuals, you will have to cam up before you come on, because we talk about melanated topics, so from melanated perspective. So please, if you are interested, please feel free to jump in, as well as on King and Ace of Spades Podcast as well. If you are interested, the Ace of Spades Podcast is where we kind of talk about a lot of different things, political, non-political, things like that. You can catch us at Ace of Spades Podcast 22 at gmail.com, and then you can find the King of Spades, again, only melanated individuals, at King of Spades Podcast at gmail.com. All right, so if you're interested in showing up on the show, please do so. And if you guys who are already on the show have anybody else that would like to come on, please feel free to pass out the word. All right, Steve, man, you got anything for us before we get up out of here? Actually, hold on, man. Queen D, you are a unicorn over here. We need to figure out, how do we get some of these ladies out there in the world on your page? What how did you get there? Do you want to talk about it now or talk about it later?
As far as relationship wise, and things like that?
Yes. I tell you what,
that could be a topic for next week. Now,
all right, then that's where we're gonna leave it at, right there. If you want to know how she is what she is, how she became the Queen D, stay tuned.
Queen D, we don't talk.
Yes, ma'am.
What you got going on over there?
You know what I'm saying?
I got that Erica Badu.
Oh, okay. We get back. All right. So, thank you.
You ain't no Pisces.
I
am. Oh no. Hey, I'm chiming out. I'm out from there. Peace out.
Look here. All right, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming through. Thank you to Tia Rose for coming through and making it happen. Thank you to Hey Emil for making it happen. Queen B And with special guest Steve as well for making it happen. Let me see. Somebody's up in the comment section. Sandra says, "Go Queen B." I hear that. All right, so y'all take care. Until next time, keep queening. You feel me? Or what I say? I forgot what I was supposed to say.
I like that one.
Yeah, that
All right,
was
keep,
it.
all right,
Yeah, that was it.